Here is a quick overview of how to write an abstract or project description according to that Hewitt article that I shared, which provides a pretty good general overview. Um, so, all right. Okay, so remember that for the project description portion of the proposal, that you need a no longer than one page sort of summary of the project that you're going to talk about in the proposal. So this is a clip from the assignment. So no longer than one page overview is third-person description of the project's objectives, methods, and significance. The project summary is not included in the project description page limit. I think it's also important to know that abstracts or summaries, also sometimes called précis, typically precede academic journal articles in both STEM and humanities. So Hewitt provides this really succinct, I think, and helpful 7 questions that authors of abstracts or summaries, précis, can answer. So if you are at all confused about what to include in your summary, here's how you do it. So answer this question about focus. Does the abstract make clear what work needed to be done and what problem needed to be solved? Methods. What methods were applied to address the problem and why these particular methods? Important. Why should we care about your research? Context. How does this work with other work in the field? Results. Specifically, what are the results? What evidence is given to convince us of those results? What's your unique contribution? And what are some possible applications? All right, so in Hewitt's article, he provides an annotation of, I think, a math or physics article, but I thought you guys might benefit from seeing an annotation of an abstract from an article we read. So here's this Muller and Olafson article that we read a while back on e-tools. So, all right, so clear focus. The authors open with this set of sentences that responds to this first question. So they're the sort of like generalized setting the scene. In the unfolding reality of advanced internet-based communication tools, the possibilities and implications for citizens' engagement is revealing. All right, now the focus. This paper introduces different examples of e-tools in participatory urban green infrastructure. Now they define that term. E-tools here include various location-based service apps, volunteered geographic information stemming from social media activities, as well as public participation geographic information system approaches. Okay, methodology. So their methodology is an analytical framework describing 5 categories where they discuss the different scopes and possibilities as well as general barriers. So methods typically are going to be qualitative, right? So if they're qualitative, it's going to be an analysis. There's different sorts of like qualitative methodologies, and then obviously like the whole world of quantitative methodology. All right, why should we care about this research? So we suggest some basic premises for the application of e-tools in urban green infrastructure governance and discussed future development in this field. So we should care about this research because of its possibility to, I don't know, increase green infrastructure functioning for, I don't know, governments in charge of it. All right, so we'll talk about this in just a second, but context, results, and contribution get kind of collapsed into this single sentence. E-tools can allow interaction between citizens, public authorities, and other stakeholders. However, research on the implication of such location-based governance is needed to make full use of the rapid ongoing development of such information and communication technologies and to avoid possible pitfalls. So context, here's this research that's been going on. The results are, sorry. the results are good and useful, but more research is required. And their unique contribution is avoiding these pitfalls. And then finally, applications. We suggest that future research into this area of environmental, social, technical solutions should test, discuss, and develop frameworks and standards for the use of different e-tools in combination with offline processes. Okay, so remember, like I said before, a single sentence can answer a single answer or signal the answer to more than one question. For example, importance, contribution, and application may well be covered in the same few words, and a clear elucidation of the problem may well include other aspects. So again, the sample collapses context, results in unique contribution, but the sort of focus question takes 3 sentences to answer. So again, you're welcome to play around with the forms. These are not like written in stone. Finally, then this is coming out of Hewitt too. Consider your sentence level choices. Whenever possible, especially in the humanities, avoid passive sentence constructions, especially at the start. So instead of leading with the topic, that would then make the subject a passive verb construction, go ahead and lead with subject, object, verb, right? We argue, this proposal suggests, or even in the ways that our sample abstract spends a lot of time with the topic of the essay, or for you guys for the proposal that follows, functioning as the subject of the sentence. E-tools here include, right? We discuss, right? So, okay. You're welcome to use signal words. I'm all here for it. First, next, finally. I guess quick note, if you use on the one hand, make sure that you have the other hand, right? So you want both hands if you're using those. Make sure to define complex key terms. Muller and Olafson are really good about that. So they introduce e-tools, and then they define it. So this paper introduces different examples of e-tools, blah, 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 blah. E-tools here include various location-based service apps. So the same way that we practice term definitions in the essays that we wrote. And then feel free to include a tiny bit of evidence, but leave full details for the proposal. And then this number 5 kind of goes with number 1. Always use active verbs when possible. So introduces, suggests, implies, extends, demonstrates, shows, etc. So you are welcome and encouraged to include a draft of your abstract or summary when you turn in the draft of the proposal on Monday. But if you need more time, I understand. So, all right, that's it. If you have any questions about abstracts or summaries, let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Looking forward to your drafts.